So why are we doing this? The bottom line is that everyone in our community deserves to be free from gun violence. I take this very seriously as a mom of 3 little girls, as a former public school teacher who lost students because of gun violence, and as somebody who has been the victim of crime several times. We need to be doing everything possible. No one gun buyback event, no one policy action will solve the problem of gun violence. We all know that. But in the meantime, we are going to be taking a holistic approach and pushing every lever of change that we can. And again, we're so thankful to President Biden and the federal administration for sending us this money to make this gun buyback possible. We invite you, the community, to come. There will be no questions asked. You bring a gun, you will get a gift card, and we will have gun safes. And this is so important because we know that there are unwanted guns, unused guns that might be lying around one's home, one's vehicle, and rather than having us run the risk of them getting into someone's hands, sell them back, get a gift card, bring them, and pick up a gun safe while we're at it. We all have a shared commitment to being responsible, to maximizing public safety, and to making sure we're as safe as possible. Now, we want Harris County and Houston to be leading for all the right reasons. But we also have to be frank when we're leading for the wrong reasons. Harris County leads the state of Texas in terms of the number of intimate partner violence homicides. We know that in these homicides, 96% of the people who died in one of these incidents of domestic violence died because of a firearm being used in that incident. We also know that 80% of school shooters under the age of 18 accessed a firearm from their own home or from the home of a relative or friend. And again, Houston and Harris County, we are committed to a holistic approach, whether that's the gun violence interruption work we're doing in partnership with public health, our holistic assistance response team to address mental illness in the system, so many different changes. This is one of these investments that we're making in our community. So again, we invite you Saturday, November 18th from 8 a.m. to noon. Let us all be a part of the solution because all of us deserve to be safe and all of us are how we are going to make our community safer. So with that, it is my great pleasure to introduce the man who needs no introduction, our phenomenal mayor of the city of Houston, Sylvester Turner.
Look, let me start off by thanking Commissioner Lesley Briones for her leadership. We have partnered and continue to partner on multiple levels on behalf of the people that we represent. Now, this is another example of that partnership between the county and the city that will produce dividends for so many families. Again, I'm also honored to stand with the Harris County Sheriff, Ed Gonzalez, again. He and I have stood together several times, so I appreciate his leadership and what he's doing each and every day. To Chief Hatcher, who is here representing HPD, and Chief Troy Fenner, and all of those, the officers with HPD. These gun buyback programs it's not unique to them, and they do an incredible job. So Chief Hatcher, thank you for joining us. And then Sanjay Ram, the chair of Metro, an incredible partner. So thank you so very, very much. You'll be hearing from him. I do want to acknowledge Tura Michelle, the city legal attorney that's here, as well as Bill Kelly and his entire team of government affairs that's here, as well as Christine Nowak, who is the Deputy Inspector General for the City of Houston. All of them, the government team, the city legal, as well as the deputy inspector, all work hand in hand on these gun buyback programs. So, Commissioner Lesley Briones, we are all in 100%. Look forward to joining everyone on November the 18th. Today's announcement about the next gun buyback is an example of the strong partnership between the city and Houston and Harris County. We know that by working together, we can serve more people, provide better services, and with a much broader outreach. The November 18th event, and I want to underscore November the 18th, starting at 8, will be the 5th gun buyback the city and the county have participated in since we launched One Safe Houston initiative in February of 2022. And there are many focuses, from violence reduction, crisis intervention, youth outreach, and building key community partnerships. For the event, Houston will be well represented. The Houston Fire Department, as Commissioner Briones said, Fire Department will provide assistance to this event. The Houston Police Department volunteers will be there to distribute 400 gun safes and talk about storing guns safely. And the city is also providing approximately $170,000 worth of gift cards to be distributed. Our first gun buyback in 2022 was in the parking lot of Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church. We were pleasantly surprised to see the line of vehicles stretched around the church and down the streets about 2 miles long. We collected more than 800 firearms that day, and we learned a lot, which eventually led us to come to the conclusion: no ghost guns. No ghost guns. Our second gun buyback was held October the 8th. Last year at the Metro West Chase, and we collected 1,208 firearms. We held another with Commissioner Ellis February the 18th at Dewsons Park, and the fourth Harris County Houston gun buyback was held June the 10th, was the most successful, collecting a record number of 1,446 firearms in the yellow parking lot of NRG Park. Commissioner, we're expecting on November the 18th to collect a whole lot of guns and beat the record. Because the reality is there are far too many guns that are in people's possession, in their homes, and they quite frankly don't want them, don't need them, but don't know what to do with them. So we're providing an avenue by which they can turn those guns in. I'm not going to repeat what Commissioner Briones said. I too want to thank the Biden administration, the ARPA, the American Rescue Plan dollars that's making all of this possible. The success of the gun buybacks demonstrate that people want a safe space to dispose of their guns, and we are providing that safe space. Now, let me be clear. We're not taking anybody's gun away from them. We're not taking them away, but for people who want to provide a safe space, a place in which they can turn over their guns, receive a gift card, we are making that possible. And collectively, with all of our strategies, both that the county is utilizing and what the city is utilizing, our numbers are speaking for themselves, because violent crime is trending down. It's not 100% down, but it's trending down, and we're moving in the right direction. And I think as long as we continue to put forth these measures as well as others, I think you're going to see a safer county and a safer city, and the people themselves will be well served. So again, to Commissioner Briones, let me thank you again for your incredible partnership. I mean, just as the mayor of the city of Houston, let me tell you, she's the sort of county commissioner I love to work with. Just been incredibly supportive. And of course, to Ed Gonzalez, good friend and someone who is doing a marvelous job on behalf of the people in Harris County, Sun James Metro, and Chief Hatcher. Let me thank you, and HPD has simply been terrific. I couldn't ask for anything more. So having said all of that, let me yield back to the sheriff, Ed Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Commissioner Briones, Chief Hatcher, to Sanjay, and everyone that's gathered here today. Before getting started, I just wanted to recognize a few of my teammates that are here that really do the heavy lifting. There's a lot of planning that goes into these events, and I want to recognize Lieutenant Wynn, Mike Wynn that's here, Captain Johnson, Sergeant White. Yes, thank you so much. Sergeant Garza in the back as well, Chief of Staff Jason Spencer and Angelique Myers. But good afternoon, I'm Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. The Harris County Sheriff's Office is partnering with the Office of Commissioner Lesley Briones, Precinct 4, and Mayor Sylvester Turner and the City of Houston to organize another gun buyback event. It is a proactive opportunity to promote community safety. Such events encourage residents to voluntarily turn in their firearms for compensation. There is $170,000 in gift cards, approximately, to be handed out to the community, and those cards are ready for immediate use. This initiative has several potential benefits. For one, reducing the number of unwanted or unsafe firearms. Gun buyback events can help get unwanted or unsecured firearms out of households, reducing the risk of accidents, theft, or misuse. Oftentimes, we'll run into someone that says, hey, my loved one passed away. I don't want to have the guns in the house. They're dangerous. People come over. Somebody could break in. This is a good opportunity for them to turn those guns in if they choose. Last time, we collected approximately 800 firearms during one of the last buyback events we had, and some of the others have been even more successful. Second reason, promoting responsible gun ownership. Encouraging individuals to review firearm ownership can lead to more responsible gun storage and use. Preventing accidental shootings. Removing firearms from homes for children or individuals at risk might have access can prevent accidental shootings. Also, reducing the likelihood of stolen guns being used to commit more crimes. Gun buyback programs can reduce the number of firearms that could be stolen and end up in the hands of criminals. Also, community engagement. These events promote dialogue between law enforcement and the community, fostering trust and collaboration. Firearm education. Gun buyback events can include educational components on safe firearm handling and storage. And we have increased the staffing and the number of intake lanes to dramatically decrease wait times for the residents. We've learned from each event. This event is a proactive community safety initiative and can have positive outcomes in preventing accidents and promoting responsible gun ownership. All of the weapons collected during this event will be destroyed and will not be resold or kept by the Sheriff's Office. And finally, for those planning to turn in firearms next week, do not sell your firearms to solicitors that may end up outside the event. You never know if that firearm ends up in the wrong hands. Let us our professionally trained staff safely dispose of the firearms. We hope to see everyone at the event on Saturday, November 18th from 8 a.m. to noon at the West Chase Park and Ride, 11,050 Harwin Drive, Houston, Texas 77072. And some remarks in Spanish. Buenas tardes, soy el alguacil González. Estamos colaborando con la oficina de la comisionadora Lesley Briones del Precinto 4 y también el alcalde Sylvester Turner y la ciudad de Houston para organizar un evento de recompra de armas. Es un paso proactivo para promover la seguridad de la comunidad. Tales eventos animan a los residentes a entregar voluntariamente sus armas de fuego a cambio de una compensación. Tenemos tarjetas de regalo para repartir entre la comunidad y esas tarjetas están listas para su uso inmediato. En la última operación de recompra recaudamos unas 800 armas de fuego. Esta iniciativa tiene varios beneficios potenciales. La reducción del número de armas de fuego no deseadas, el fomentar la responsabilidad de las armas de fuego, la prevención de disparos accidentales, reducir la probabilidad de que las armas robadas entren en el mercado criminal y participación también de la comunidad. También se ofrece educación sobre armas de fuego. Todas las armas recolectadas durante este evento serán distribuidas y no serán revendidas ni conservadas por la oficina del alguacil. Y por último, para aquellos que tengan previsto entregar armas de fuego la semana que viene, no vendan sus armas de fuego a solicitantes que pueden estar fuera del evento. Nunca se sabe si esa arma de fuego acaba en las manos equivocadas. Deje que nuestro equipo profesional pueda manejar esas armas de fuego en una forma segura. Se trata de una iniciativa proactiva de seguridad comunitaria que puede tener resultados positivos en la prevención de accidentes y fomentar la tenencia responsable de armas de fuego. Esperamos verlos el 18 de noviembre de 8 a las 12 en el West Chase Park en el 11,050 de la calle Harwin, aquí en Houston. Esperamos verlos a todos. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Sanjay Rambhadran, Chair of the Metro Transit Authority Board. Thank you, Commissioner Briones, for inviting me to join you as Metro gets ready to host this program at the West Chase Park and Ride. As you heard, this is the second time we're doing this at the West Chase Park and Ride. I understand the facility was so conducive for this gun buyback program that we're going back there to see if we can set another record. And I'm not as proficient in Spanish, so I'm going to stick to English, Sheriff. At Metro, safety has always been our top priority, and we are proud to support this initiative. We cannot tackle crime on our own. It takes collaboration and partnerships to see results, and Metro is committed to that goal. For more than 40 years, the Metro Police Department has been providing exceptional policing services to keep our transit system safe and to also improve mobility across the Houston-Harris County region. We are one of the safest transit systems anywhere in the country. We not only want to keep it that way, but we want to build on those successes in collaboration with the Houston Police Department and the Harris County Sheriff's Office. We know that crime prevention begins by working with the community, and that's why Metro has put forth the Metro Connect, MPD Connect app, so that customers and residents of our region, when they see something, they can say something and alert Metro Police to issues that require police attention. We also have light boxes across our park and rides and at our train stations for customers to use. And now we also have surveillance cameras with live feed on many of our buses within the transit fleet. But most importantly, we are here because we believe in the effectiveness of community partnerships. That's the reason we are here today, supporting our friends at the city, Mayor Turner, at the county, Commissioner Briones, at the Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Gonzalez, and Chief Hatcher with HPD, and along with other community partners, because fighting crime, we believe, takes teamwork, and we are proud to be part of this team. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you all very much. And Chief Hatcher, oh yes. Please welcome HPD Assistant Chief Hatcher.
Good afternoon. I'm Executive Assistant Chief Chandra Hatcher, and I'm here to represent Chief Troy Finner, who couldn't be here today. I'm always honored to stand in his presence and to be here to represent the police department and the great work that we're doing. As you all know, we are proud in Houston and with the Houston Police Department. Homicides are down 18% this year, and violent crime is trending downward, and we expect to continue that trend through the end of the year. All of the hard work that the men and women of the Houston Police Department are doing is paying off. And we would be remiss if we did not thank our Mayor, Sylvester Turner, for all of the funding that he has provided to us through the One Safe Houston initiative. So we thank him and all of our city council members for helping us to address violent crime in the city of Houston. But we know that we do not live inside of a bubble, and violent crime is not just contained within the city of Houston itself. And so in 2023 and beyond, we have to continue to be smart as we address violent crime. We have to continue to partner with the community to build relationships, to find creative ways to proactively address violent crime so that we can have a safer community for everyone. So again, I'm honored today to stand here, and I'd like to thank Commissioner Briones, Sheriff Gonzalez, and also Metro through Sanjay for all of the proactive steps they're taking and continue to take to address violent crime. The Houston Police Department is happy to assist in any way we can, because a safer county is a safer Houston, is a safer city for all of us. So please, for everyone that's listening out there, please come out. This is another opportunity to build relationships, to help create a safer environment for our children, to get those unwanted weapons off the street in a responsible and safe way. So we'll see you on November 18th, and we will continue to work together until all of our violent crime is eradicated. Thank you.
I'd now like to open the floor to questions for the media for any of the folks standing out here.
Mayor, the chief just touched on this. When you launched One Safe Houston, if you don't mind, sir, when you launched One Safe Houston back in February of 2021,
Yes.
I know you were very aggressive in wanting to see the positive results. First off, number one, did you expect to see these numbers to where they're at today, right now? And the second question, sir, did you anticipate still having to fund the program as far as you have?
Well, I don't think the funding just starts and stops. I think it has to be continuous and ongoing. So it's because it's never mission accomplished. Okay. One Safe Houston, working in collaboration, I will tell you, with the county, has worked, and it's working. We started it in February of 2022, but I will tell you, as of this morning, in the city of Houston, there are 119 fewer homicides than in 2021, and 72 fewer homicides than in 2022. Yeah. And quite frankly, as of this morning, homicide's 20% down. So violent crime continues to trend down. So yes, I think we're pleased with those numbers. I think we will all quickly tell you one crime is one crime too many, whether it's violent or non-violent. But it takes a multiple element strategy in order to get it done. And the gun buyback initiative, standing alone, you can't see it, but standing in collaboration with the other elements that we're putting in place, both at the city and the county, is working. So when Commissioner Briones, for example, reached out and wanted to do another gun buyback program, number one, I really said yes, because there are more guns in our city, in our county, than there are people. And there are a lot of people who have unwanted guns and that they don't want them, but they need a safe and responsible place, as Chief Hatcher said, to place them. So what we are finding, without taking anybody's gun away, people are showing up and they're exchanging their guns for a gift card, and you never know what life you may be saving because that gun is no longer in the home.
And can you speak, obviously, you've seen this decrease with these violent crimes involved with guns. Can you speak to the fact that HPD has been also proactive with providing lock boxes to citizens to keep their guns? I can see the chief nodding her head behind me. She knows where I'm going. To providing those lock boxes. Initially it was about 12,000. I believe it was 6,000 that it headed down. How effective do you think that's been?
Well, I think, one, people have guns, but if they're not stored in a safe way, they can get in the wrong hands. Or quite frankly, children can get a hold of them. Or, even when people are going through some sort of mental and emotional crisis. You don't want to make them readily available. You want to make it a little bit more difficult. So these gun safes, gun locks are working. We just need to encourage more and more people not to leave their guns in their cars, because that's why a lot of cars have been broken into. People are looking for those guns. So gun safes, gun locks, proper storage will all go a long way, whether in the city, whether in the county. So, I'm optimistic. I think we are laser focused. We're working as a team, and I'm gratified, and I know it will. I'm on the short end of my stay, but I'm hopeful that these sort of efforts will continue going into 2024.
Financials, very quickly, when we last spoke about this, I believe you told me it was around $64 to $66 million that had been spent on the program from the initial, which was, I believe, $44 to $48 million. Is that correct?
I'm looking at my team. I think on One Safe Houston, we have spent
$77 million.
Thank you. We have spent $77 million on One Safe Houston. And quite frankly, it has benefited the people in our city. I mean, every single dime has been well spent and worth it, and the numbers speak for themselves.
Houstonians who obviously you said your short stay, sir. Is that baked in for at least a couple more years in terms of that overtime money and the $77 million that we're seeing? Is this One Safe Houston initiative with the funding for more officers on the streets in terms of overtime funds? Is that baked in for at least the next 12 to 16 months? Well,
A lot of these dollars, as Commissioner Briones said, are due, and we're very appreciative to the Biden administration. They're opera funding. The good news for the city of Houston is that even when the opera dollars go, that's for over a 3-year period. So many of the dollars, a large percentage of the dollars in One Safe Houston will cover 3 years. 2 to 3 years. So they'll go through 24, going to 25. That's the good news on crisis intervention. Those are multiple year initiatives, and the funding is multi-year with ARPA funding. But the good news also is with the city of Houston is that the city of Houston has a healthy fund balance. And so at the end of my term, the next mayor, whoever the next mayor is, will inherit a fund balance of about $420 million. So, yeah, with good management, I think they can keep things going, So I'm very confident with that. They won't inherit the financial cliff that I inherited. So, look, you can leave $1 billion, but if you don't have good management, the $1 billion will go very quickly. But even if I had $420 million 8 years ago when I came in, I'll be jumping around with a candy stick, So I'm optimistic, but there's no substitute for collaboration. And again, that's why I will continue to thank and give proper credit to the commissioners at Harris County. Our relationship, the city's relationship with Harris County has been exceptional. And Commissioner Briones has come in and really taken that relationship to another level. There is no substitute for that. The county judge, the county commissioners have been exceptional working with the city at a level that has been unseen. The sheriff working with Chief Finn and HPD, incredible. So oftentimes we spend a lot of money on focusing on the money. I think it would be better to spend our time focusing on the relationship, because where one doesn't have, the other may, and we're not operating in silos, and we're recognizing that Houston-Harris County is a part of the whole. So I value the relationship, and the relationship between Houston and Harris County is worth a pound. I mean, it's gold. And I can't say enough for it. And there are things that we're doing in the city that would not be taking place but for the support of Commissioner Briones. So I'm not going to focus a whole lot on the money. I am going to spend a whole lot of time in enhancing the relationship. Everything else will follow.